Welcome to the Don't Call Me Midlife podcast.
Hi, Nicole. Why are you already laughing? What did we do?
I was just waiting for the shoe to drop. This is take 3 for those of you listening. Hi,
Yes.
Alix. We're here.
We're here. It's been a crazy week, right? It has been crazy.
Yes. I feel like it goes with, the week after the holiday celebrations. Like you don't know what day it is, what time it is. You don't know why your technology isn't working or your brain.
Or anything. I think my
Yes.
kids haven't gotten dressed in like a week.
Yes, I don't know. I may have put on this nice top just for this podcast recording. I may or may not be in pajama pants.
May or may not. We have to see.
Yeah.
I do love this week though, because it is a chance to not set an alarm. And that's sort of one of my favorite things. Even though I'm not a sleeper inner, it's just nice to not have to wake up at 6 a.m. and jump out of bed and go do stuff, right?
Yes. I love a nice slow morning with the idea that it's not going to always be slow. I like that end date that's coming up soon, right? The back to school date.
You mean our kids going back to school and having a schedule?
Yes. Because when they don't have a schedule, it just could
we don't have a
little
schedule.
wacky. Yeah.
It does.
Well, we don't.
Does.
Yeah, we don't either. I like it in small doses, but beyond that, I need a schedule, and I need them to be on a schedule.
Yeah. So, what is in your cup today?
Oh, well, look at this. Of course, it's my trusty Stanley cup that's filled to the brim with water because, I've got some New Year's resolutions that I'm trying to start a little early. So, yes. Bunch of resolutions and some water in there. What's in your cup?
Okay, I love that. I made a fun specialty cocktail over the holidays. So I have some extra cranberry juice left over. And so I am mixing it with some lime seltzer and cranberry juice. Yum. It's like a little sparkling
mocktail.
drink. I don't buy mocktail. I don't normally buy cranberry juice, but I love it with sparkling water. So I'm excited to have it in the house.
I love cranberry juice.
You do? Do you drink it often?
For you.
It is good.
Because it does have a lot of sugar in it, so I try not to drink it too often, but it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite juices. Fun fact about me you didn't know.
Fun fact. I do love that, but I like apple cider even more.
Yes, that's a good drink too. Yes. So speaking of the, New Year's, let's talk resolutions.
Okay.
What do you think?
Awesome.
What do you think about resolutions?
I like them. I definitely think they're good. I'm, a goal setter. I like to do that. Do I love them this time of year? 50-50, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm feeling this year. How are you feeling?
You know what? Last year I was more like, yes, I'm going to do it. This year I'm like, I'm going to make them, but I'm going to prepare a little better. So I'm with you. I like a resolution. I like goals. I usually like goals more in September. It just feels like that's the time of year to do it, especially, even before I had kids. But since I had kids, it's just, there's something about that time of year where it's like, okay, structure. Summer has been loosey-goosey. Let's just get our life a little bit more in order. So I do think September should be when people really set goals, but I like it. It's also just another reminder, hey, you had some goals that you were starting. Let's do a reboot.
It's like a check-in with yourself. I was reading some statistics about goals, and one of the reasons why people don't keep the goals is because January 1st is an arbitrary date, right? Why are we choosing January 1st? Just because it's a new year. So if we're thinking about goals, maybe January 1st isn't the right date for you. Maybe you stick with your, September date and have a little check-in with yourself almost, right? I like that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of us start on January 1st, but we don't stick with it. So maybe that's a fantastic idea. Maybe I'll personally start September 1st and then I'll see how I do and then do a check-in on January 1st.
I read a statistic, Nicole, that I'm going to ask you to guess. Guess what percentage of people that make New Year's resolutions actually see them to completion? I think you're going
Oh,
to be shocked. I was shocked when I read this.
geez. I would have to think that the number's low because a
Okay, well,
lot
I
of people.
gave that away.
No, I
Okay,
mean,
well,
even if you didn't say that, I would think that the number was low for sure because just in my own personal experience, like
right. So,
I don't
how
know.
low you going to go?
How low am I going to go? I'm
How
going to
low you
say,
going to go?
I'll say 6%.
All right. Well, that's too low. It's 9%. This
Oh,
is
okay.
just, I mean, there's a million statistics out there. So only
Mhm.
9%, right? And thinking about that, 23% quit after the first week.
What?
Like, that's
That's
bad.
it?
Like, what is wrong with us? Like, that is not okay.
Maybe we need to plan better. Like just saying like, oh, I'm going to eat better. Like, yeah. I tell
And
myself
then,
I'm going to eat better every single day, but like if you don't have a
right.
plan,
That's like a daily lifestyle goal, not like a New Year's goal.
yeah.
43% quit or, stop their goals by the end of January. So we're like done. I mean, this doesn't look positive for making New Year's goals,
Oh,
does
it
it?
doesn't. No.
So maybe I'm going to say, I'm going to earn $1 million by the time this year. So then I quit after the first week. I'm done.
Yeah. It's just too hard. I'm done.
This is too hard.
Oh, sorry. Go
So
ahead. Is there another
that's okay.
statistic?
No, I don't have
Okay.
statistics.
I love
But
numbers. I love statistics.
I do have what the reasons why, in thinking about our goals, whenever we're going to make them, I think it's important, not just New Year's goals. What are the reasons? We've sort of said one, arbitrary dates, right? Like, why do people
Mhm.
not hit their goals? For your own personal experience, what are some of the reasons maybe when you've set goals? Like, why did you not hit them, pursue them? Like, what were some of the reasons?
I mean, honestly, I just think, that old saying like pla failure to plan is planning to fail. Is that
When
how it
you,
goes?
no, when you
No, when you
plan, when you,
fail to
when you fail to
plan,
plan, you plan to fail.
plan to fail. Yes. Okay. So that's my reason. Like
That's
just
like
not
one of my best
not
quotes. I
planning
love
it.
that.
Yeah, just not planning enough. I think you just really need to like sit down and, if you want to create a new habit, a long time ago, I listened to that book, Atomic Habits. I can't think
Yeah.
of the name of the author. And it was fantastic. And the one thing that I left with was the habit stacking. So, or I don't know, did he talk about adding in a new habit versus
Yes.
taking something out? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So I think there are all these little tidbits of information out there that really help you with those type of planning and I think it takes a while to create a new habit too. Doesn't it take like X amount of weeks or days or something along those lines?
I
I
feel
don't
like it's in
think
the 20s, 20 amount of days to start a new habit, or I don't know. I was
yeah.
in that book. I love that book.
Yeah.
Um,
But I don't think it needs to be a hard fast. Like, let's say you want to work out twice a week. And one week you only get that one workout in. And I think a lot of times people mentally think like, oh, I'm already messing up my goals. I think I'm like, why? Why even bother? I think maybe
um,
I know for sure that was me at a
that
certain
was you.
point.
That was you. Maybe it's like before we make these goals, thinking about your why, right? I'm a big
Mm-hmm.
like, why are we doing these? Not
Mm-hmm.
making these random big goals. And people can have big goals. Like, I love that, right? Like,
Yeah.
do epic stuff this year. That would be
Right.
amazing. But like you're saying, have a plan of why to do it, how to
Mm-hmm.
do it. I think that is like huge for
Yeah.
people.
How to do it. You have to break those down into chunks. You can't
Maybe
just have
those
this one big goal. You have to like chunk it. Have
m-
little baby steps to get there.
right, like those SMART goals they say, like
Mhm.
SMART, those
Mhm.
type of things like measurable and
Yes.
all those important words.
Words that we can't think of right now.
Words that we can't think of right now. But
We'll put
what
it in the
other
show notes.
we'll put in the show notes. Smart goals, ladies. Smart goals we got here. But
Mhm.
I do think it is important to set goals. I do think it's
Mhm.
important, and I do think it's important to dream big, and
Mhm.
whether, what you're going to do, and think about really like the year holistically, right? Like, how do we
Mhm.
want to feel 1 year from now, Nicole? Right? I mean, you and I talk about this with our business, we talk about our personal life, right? Like thinking about a year from now, how do you want to feel and work backwards, right? I think that's the way I like to do it. Do you like to do it that way?
I do. I do. I worked with somebody last year, and we're going to have her as a guest soon. Her name is Amber Biebelheimer,
Yep.
Coach Amber B for short.
Yep.
And
We love her.
yes, we love her. And she helped me through one of my goals in creating like a stronger family dynamic. And what does that look like? And for me, the most realistic goal that I could set was having family dinners at least 4 or 5 times a week, where we sit down together, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could be on paper plates. And that was actually a goal that I had last year, and we have stuck through it.
Aw.
And yeah, so, and, we definitely feel closer. We definitely have our evenings where we're like, oh my gosh, I just want to go eat in the other room. But we do it, and it has definitely, it definitely feels good to like be like, oh my gosh, I had this goal last year, and I forgot it was even a goal of mine until, we started like talking about this episode, and I'm like, oh, 1 out of
That
3 isn't bad. But
that's
yeah, that
okay.
was,
That
so
has
yes,
a
that
big
was me
impact
working
too.
backward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that has an impact not just on you, but you also have to like make the dinner, right? And then you sit down and
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of family dinners. Like so
Hmm.
many benefits of those. How do you I have a question. How do
Yeah.
you remember your goals, right? I'm just thinking about this for this year. Like I know I write them in my notes too, but I
Hmm.
feel like I need to write them somewhere visually where I see them constantly. Like you and I are visual people. Like maybe we need a special New Year's post-it, right? And
Yes.
that's a good idea actually.
Yes, that is a good idea. I knew you. We'll talk about this off camera, but maybe making a post-it note and then going in your paper planner if you're like us, old
Mhm.
school, and you just put
Mhm.
like a little sticky note every month as a reminder. Because honestly, I was looking at my and every year I talk about like journaling. I'm going to journal
Yeah.
more, and there's like a couple days, and then I stop. But anyway, I digress. Oh my gosh, I literally forgot what I was saying.
What were we I was talking about putting the post-it somewhere. Put like
Yeah.
how are we going to visually
Yeah. And
Did you
just
lose
maybe
your
just
train
put
of
it every,
thought?
I did. I did. Thanks for, yeah. Putting a sticky note like in an every month block. So you can be like, oh, okay. Like,
Mhm.
and a way to check in with yourself. Because
Mhm.
when I went back and looked, I think I remember what I was trying to say. I didn't remember the other 2 goals, but I remembered the family dinner.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah.
because it's more like an action thing. And I'm not sure. But yes.
What are some of the goals that we would make, both of us made when we were
Mhm.
younger, that we had these like high hopes of things that we were going to do? Like what are some examples
Oh, jeez.
that how our goals have changed, I guess, over the years? Like in thinking of my 30-year-old, 20-year-old self. Well, I
Hmm.
don't think I did goals, but um what are some of the goals that you think like wouldn't be like I don't want to say not good goals because we're never going to say like anyone's goal is not good, but ones
Yeah.
that would be harder to fulfill or
Yeah.
like,
I think vague goals are just harder to
yeah.
fulfill. Like, oh,
Mhm.
just to be healthier. But like, what does that mean? I mean, maybe 25-year-old Nicole just wanted to, go to more spin classes. I don't know, just to be skinny. But 46-year-old Nicole wants to not have tight hip flexors and thinks about going to yoga to stretch out more. So my mobility is better. But I think having a more defined goal instead of this broad general idea. What do you
I
think?
agree.
Like, what were your
I totally
goals?
I'm just looking back. So my kids and Alex and I, we write down our goals in my notes section every New
Hmm.
Year's Eve at dinner. And, I'm looking back from my goals. I haven't looked at these from
Hmm.
2018, right? I was
Oh,
so general, Nicole. It was
yeah.
like focus on family, fitness, finance, have fun.
Have fun.
It says literally have fun. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? But those were like my themes of the year. And then it's
Yeah.
really cute because I'm actually looking at this. Walker 5 years ago wrote to be a better student. I wish
Aw.
that was his goal this year. Um,
In middle school.
John,
Can we bring those back, Walker,
can we
please?
bring these back from 5 years ago? John, when he was 5 years old, it was like to be a good friend. That's
Oh,
cute.
that's so sweet.
And then Baker wrote to learn how to juggle and to snowboard. Totally random. Totally. That is
Yeah, but those
hilarious.
are those
Oh
are
my God.
concrete. You know what we should do is
Yeah.
maybe make it like a Canva of everybody's
Mm-hmm.
goals and frame
Yeah.
it and leave
Oh,
it
that's a
out.
good idea. Huh.
Yeah. Because
We
if you're
love
like
Canva.
looking at it, yeah.
We love
Canva's like a
Canva.
graphic
You use
like
it to do
what does a
like everything.
invitation. Yeah. Yeah. And you can do it yourself. For
Everything.
those of you that are like, what is Canva? Yes. So
You can do it. Okay, now I'm looking at my goals from 2023 and they were a little bit better. One was like gain strength to get more muscle. That's a little bit more
mhm.
concrete, right? Oh,
Yeah.
to start writing my cookbook. That was a goal of mine last year. I didn't even know that.
Look,
That is so funny. Oh
that
my
came to
gosh.
completion 10
I
months
love
later, but it's, I
I
mean,
love that.
yeah, you didn't give up. I'm so proud of you. And I love your cookbook. I'm making your chicken tenders tonight with
Those
the,
are
yeah,
good. The everything but the bagel seasoning.
yeah.
So finding a place, writing them down and making it, I like the idea of the Canva. I think that's great. Um,
Maybe you can
one
make mine
I'll make yours.
since,
I'll make
since you
yours.
like to
Maybe
do
we'll put a
it.
template out. One other interesting statistic that I did find, I'd never heard of this before, and I think it's interesting, is there is something called Quitter Day, right? On the
Oh,
second Friday of every January is called Quitter Day. Like it's a real
well,
thing if you Google it. And that's when people revise their goals, or that's the date when people have quit their goals by.
mhm.
So this year it's January 12th.
Ooh,
So
I'm going
that
to write
makes
that
sense.
down and we're going
Let's
to ask,
write that down. Quitter Day.
yeah, Quitter Day.
Maybe.
Maybe that's when we
Yeah.
release our Canva template. So
Yes.
we have our New Year's goals.
That could
Don't be
also be the
quitters.
day. Don't be quitters. That could also be the day that we actually set our goals. Maybe we like delay them until January 12th.
Yeah, but then is it like 2 weeks later? We have a new quitter day.
We have a new quitter
I
day.
like it.
It's the 24th. Yeah. So I never heard of that day. That's it's a holiday. It's a national holiday now.
Yeah,
What are your
I
goals?
do love it.
Let's talk about your goals. Let's talk about how you set your goals. I'm curious in midlife. How do you set your goals? How do you think about it? What's your process?
Okay, so my process has changed since working with Amber B. And what I've noticed in myself is that I want more experiences. So a lot of my
Mm-hmm.
goals are centered around experiences. And
Mm-hmm.
so one of my goals is to have more date nights, like standing date nights with my husband,
Oh.
because we're both so busy and the
Mm-hmm.
kids are all consuming and we moved to a new location and I haven't really locked in a sitter. So I think what I need to do is find a sitter first. This
Mm-hmm.
is me breaking down my goals.
I like it. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to find a sitter and, and then I do have his work schedule. It's like created for the next 6 months. And I'm just going to
Mm-hmm.
have like book her for at least like 3 months out. And then that will be our standing date. I'm going to try for once a month for now, just because his schedule is
Mm-hmm.
so wacky. And then, maybe we can move it to, I don't know, twice a month, once a week.
See how that works. Like habit
Yeah.
stacking. You're doing it. Are you guys going to
Yeah.
go to dinner? Are you going to do like a art night or a bowling night? Or what do you guys like to do? Is it like, how do you like to bond?
We eat.
Okay,
We like
good.
to bond.
Everyone needs to eat.
We like to bond over food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, like my little one is still a handful at the age of 10. And sometimes it's really hard to enjoy dinners. So we like to go and like treat ourselves and just relax and decompress. But we also like to ski together. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
we have done like little ski trips. So maybe we'll book in a ski trip or take a day trip because, the mountains are only a little over an hour away. Don't be jealous. And so
I am very
we could
jealous.
do
You know that.
day trips. I
That's
personally would
cute.
like to, I would like to do some more, like experiences, like a ceviche making night, or I'd like to do that kind of stuff. So we'll see.
I
I
think
gotta
that sounds fun.
research. Yeah.
You could do an online like cooking class too, or like cocktail
Mm-hmm.
class. I've done that with Alex. Alex is like always game for anything. One thing I want to tell you that I've done that's really fun is
Mm-hmm.
if you look up date night boxes. Now, some of my friends
Mm-hmm.
make fun of me for this, but I just actually brought some back, and it's like a date night in a box, and it could be
Mm-hmm.
anything. Like you have an activity, you talk, you make some sort of food or drink. It's really, really fun. So that could be on the
Oh,
nights
that's
when you
cute.
can't get a babysitter. And
Mm-hmm.
they are fun. They're things that you normally wouldn't do. So I like those too.
That's good because you can get
Yeah.
stuck in a rut doing the same thing, going to the
Yes.
same
Yes.
restaurant, and it's
Right.
great. Like it's a nice time to connect and everything. But sometimes, you just let's
Spice
experience
it up.
something different. Yeah,
Spice it up, girl.
yeah. So what? How many goals do you like to set?
Well, I categorize my goals for myself. It's
Mm-hmm.
personal, professional, and kids or
Oh,
slash
okay.
family, right?
Yeah.
So I think that makes it. I'm looking at my notes from the years past. That's sort of what I've come down to for a system that I have,
Yeah. So you have
and
one for each?
one for each. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Oh, I like that.
yeah.
So you're not doing 3
Uh,
for each. 9 new goals.
no, that's what I used to do 5
Yeah.
years ago, right? It was too
Okay.
many, and I didn't hit it. My personal goal this year is to be on time because I am
I'll
always
hold you to
like,
that. No, I'm just
okay,
kidding.
okay. No, you should. I'm always like 5 minutes late for things. And I mean, it drives Alex crazy that I do that. He's like, you were
Mhm.
just so rude. I'm like, no, I read once that like efficient people are always late. But
Mhm.
I think
So
what
is
I,
that your excuse?
that is my excuse. But I think what happens is when I make appointments or I have things, I don't think about travel time. And I was talking to my friend Annie about this, right? I underestimate. Alex is so good. Like, we have this hockey game, you have to get ready, like, thinking about all that sort of thing. I'm not really good about that. So
Ooh,
I
I'm
want to
like
be
Alex.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
even recording this podcast, I just think,
Mhm.
okay, well, I'm just going to hop on at this time. I don't think I have to like, get dressed or put on a little makeup or something.
Mhm.
So I really just want to, be on time. And so my process for that is allowing travel time or allowing extra time, like a little buffer, right?
Mhm.
I mean, that's important. So that's my personal goal.
Yeah. Okay. I can help you through that.
You're like,
And I like
good
it.
luck with that. We're going to be talking about the same thing in a year. Okay, what's your second goal?
Um, well, now I'm rethinking them because you gave me an idea, like personal, professional, family. But
Mm-hmm.
another one of mine was to get more girls trips on the books instead of
Mm-hmm.
just talking about it, just getting it done. So
That's a professional
another
goal. I mean,
is that yeah, a girls
yes.
trips with you is professional. Like we can turn that into a professional goal. Yeah. So I guess that like falls into experiences again, but yeah, I have big dreams and goals for this podcast and this next
Mm-hmm.
venture that we have together. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm gonna have to think about it,
Think
like the
about that.
professional one. Yeah,
Report back to us. We've got,
yeah,
other personal businesses, this business.
hmm
I think one of my professional goals is to get systems in place, right?
hmm
Um, and automate things in a good way even more. It's like,
yes,
I know Amber talks about like time blocking with your schedule, things like
hmm
that. It doesn't mean I'm going to be automated. It's sort of,
right,
thinking about my business in that way. Work smarter, not
yeah,
harder.
yes.
That's
I'm
what I think.
stealing your goal.
Okay. Okay. We got that for
Okay,
both of us.
okay.
Okay. What's your third goal?
Um, I don't have one.
You don't have one?
Well, I mean, now I'm like trying to think of like because I want to, have a goal with the family. Is continuing last year's goal, like, is that cheating? Just the family
No.
dinners?
What could you habit stack on your family dinners maybe? Like have one of your kids
Oh,
help you pick the menu or help cook with you or I mean maybe something like that. Since the family dinners are going well, maybe I
mhm.
don't know, involve them more or something?
Yes, maybe I could get them to do dessert because everybody wants
Yeah.
dessert after, and I never have dessert, and then it's always like an issue. So maybe I have been trying to get them, to like pick their dinners because they're all like just a little bit picky. So my oldest wants pot roast tonight. So I am making pot roast, but I
Good.
know not everybody's going to eat it. So I'm also making your chicken tenders. So
Yeah.
the pot
Yeah.
the pot roast is easy, and so's your
Yeah.
chicken. But I've just never made it before. But yes, I do. I like that. Having them pick a dinner once a week. Like they can
Yeah,
each
like
pick something,
right.
and then it takes
Build
like my mental load off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's good. I think for my family this year, I want to, now that my kids are old enough, I
Mhm.
want them to do some community service and give back.
I love it.
Um,
Yes.
and I already made two, my kids don't know, but I
Mhm.
already made two dates in the calendar as part of my
Mhm.
plan for January coming up,
Mhm.
to go to a soup kitchen and help serve food. I love doing that.
I love that. It's so good. And let me tell you something. I recently started going to a therapist, and I was just like
Mhm.
talking about kids and like building responsibility, and she suggested having the kids do some sort of community service work just to feel like a sense of something besides themselves. So I think that's fantastic that you're doing it. And I was actually looking at it's not like the Ronald McDonald House today.
Mhm.
And I was like, I wonder if this is something that we can get involved with. So I love your idea.
Yeah, and I think I'm also going to incorporate my kids in that. Like John, I was
Hmm.
thinking working at like a dog shelter because he
Hmm.
loves dogs and animals, and having
Hmm.
them own it a little bit. Our kids are old enough now where,
Yeah.
you know,
Is
to
John old
find
enough
ways
to
to give back.
volunteer?
I don't think so, but even I was
Hmm.
thinking like just get some dog items and donate them. It's like
Oh, yeah,
little
yeah.
things that I think will make a difference. I think again, we
Hmm.
go back to like, okay, we're going to volunteer once a month and this and that. I think it's just not biting off more than I can chew.
Hmm.
And, between our schedules and just sort of finding what they like. When I was younger, I volunteered as a candy striper, and
Hmm.
I like love elderly people. So like my
Oh
kids,
my
so
God.
I
I do
do
too.
like I went to like nursing homes in high school, and I just love talking to older people. I did Meals
Mhm.
on Wheels. Like and so I wouldn't have found that. Right. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so
That's so
that's anyways.
cute.
I'm
Candy
obviously
striper.
really excited about that. A candy striper, I loved it, like with the wheelchair, so cute. Um,
I taught my
so
dog how
yeah.
to be a therapy dog so I can go into hospital
Oh,
rooms and like
oh,
make their day,
that's
but
cute.
I
I
couldn't
didn't
get
think
my
about
dog
therapy
through the
dogs.
program because
Yeah,
he
that's a
wanted
lot
to
of work for that dog
smell
and
everything.
you.
Yeah. Yes. So it just was like a little embarrassing at times. But yes. Anyway, okay.
Okay, well,
Do
this
you
was a
have
good talk.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Just one real quick thing. Did you ever have any funny goals that you're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe,"
Funny.
or like
Not that I
unusual?
can think of any unusual goals. I'd have to look back.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it was just they were all too general. I think that's
Mhm.
what it was. And I'm just looking back. It all has to do with it's sort of, I had the same theme: healthy
Mhm.
eating habits, do a cookbook, meal plan. So it's actually sort of fun to write down your goals and look at what you did, because
Mhm.
we tend to like have a theme, like you have this experience theme, and
Mhm.
sort of, you know, the small wins that we can celebrate, right? Oh gosh,
Yeah.
one of my goals was, yes, less yelling. That's not good.
Oh my god, that was one of my goals too.
Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago, just when my kids were
Yeah.
little. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's great.
What's your unsolicited advice?
Oh gosh, that was so fun to talk about. It got me really excited about talking about goals and
Mhm.
thinking about. You know what? I think I'm gonna rethink the date of January 1st. Right? For me personally, I'm feeling like a lot of pressure right now. I
Mhm.
may choose the quitter day as my goal setting day so that I can have actually 2 weeks in January to think about it. So my unsolicited advice would be, don't feel the pressure to set these goals if you're going to feel like you're going to set yourself up for failure. If it is February 12th, whatever it is, pick a day, or September, like you said, Nicole, pick a day that works for you. And I think also write it down, for some accountability. I think that's how I want to change it up this year, is picking a different day and then writing it down for some accountability where I can see it. So yeah, what's yours?
My unsolicited advice is to pick no more than 3 goals. I think
Yeah.
in one of the statistics we read, I think 3 was like the hot number.
Uh-huh.
So don't pick any more than 3 goals. And I do think that you should find a way to hold yourself accountable, whether that's writing it down or telling your significant other or best friend. Just put it out there. But I think that there's something out there that says if you write down your goal, you have more, like, I don't know, not,
Accountability or
you just won't quit as much. I think like Mel Robbins says, write down your goals every day. So I probably just so it's fresh in your mind. So let's all listen to Mel Robbins and write down our goal
yeah.
every day. Or you can
We
do
love
that
her.
little sticky note and put it in your planner, or yeah, I don't know how you would do it in a Google planner, but you can just set reminders to go off in your, so.
Do you think that applies to our to-do list? If we write our to-do list every day, that holds me accountable too?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe one of my professional goals will be to learn Google Docs,
Mm.
Sheets, calendar.
Okay, I'm going to be on
I'm
time
trying.
and you're going to be an online planner. Okay, that's our goals for next year.
All
right, no more
We'll
goals.
see.
We're good.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.